movement, moving your body creates electricity. And what is the thing that you're always moving? You're always breathing. Matter of fact, when you stop breathing, you're out of here. You're history. You take a dirt nap, it's over. So you always got to be breathing even when you're asleep. But let me tell you something. There is an effective way to breathe. There is a more effective way to breathe to create more energy. And remember, when we breathe, that oxygen comes in, and guess what it brings inside? The air is full of what? Electrons, electricity. It brings it inside of us as well. It's a way of charging up those batteries. And so let me give you an example of a proper way to breathe. Well, first off, let me give you an example of the way that most people breathe. When you tell most people to take a deep breath, and as a matter of fact, you might try this yourself. And that is, I'm going to show you, when you tell people to take a deep breath, here's what they do. They go. That's normal, right? It looks normal. Let me do it again. Let me do it from the side so you can see this. When people say take a deep breath, they go like this. And if you notice what happens, my shoulders come up, my chest comes out, my head comes back, and I actually get a little bit taller, and my stomach goes in. It's those things. Shoulders come up, chest comes out, I get a little bit taller, and my stomach goes in. But check this out. That is absolutely the opposite way that the way their body is set up for you to get the most air, the most movement, and the most energy. And here's what I mean by that. If you think about this, the lungs are designed, they're in a triangle, but they're bigger at the bottom. And the reason they're bigger at the bottom, and by the way, they're surrounded by bone, in all areas except for the bottom. And what makes us work, what makes us breathe, is we have this big muscle called the diaphragm. And then when the diaphragm pulls down, it creates a vacuum inside those lungs, and it pulls oxygen in, it pulls air in, and then the lungs do their thing of separating the oxygen molecules and all that stuff. And then when you exhale, it pushes it back up, and it pushes the air back out, creates pressure in there. But check this out. If, when I breathe in, that diaphragm should come down, why would my stomach go in? Why would my chest come up? Why would my chest come out? Why would my shoulders get higher? It's because most people are doing it the opposite. In other words, when I'm taking a deep breath like this, I'm actually, and my stomach is going in, I'm actually collapsing the bottom third of the biggest part of my lungs because it's creating pressure in there. That's why my shoulders come up, my chest comes out, because I'm trying to get air in the smallest part of my lungs. What does that all mean? That means if you want to get more energy, you want to breathe better, you want to have more energy coming inside you, if you allow your tummy to come out. When you breathe in, it doesn't come out much. When you breathe in, it should be like this. Watch, I'm going to take a deep breath. And you try this. I want you to try this on your own. Take a deep breath in. Shoulders hardly come up at all, but I got so much more energy. I got so much more oxygen. I got so much more air. And my diaphragm, which is one of the biggest muscles, working muscles that's constantly working, is generating electricity. This one thing, this movement, is the thing that most people are lacking in, because most of us sit down and we breathe shallow, and when we get stressed, we even breathe even more shallow. That mixed with moving your body. I have one of these little trampolines that I jump up and down on. I'm always walking, doing things like that. Movement creates electricity. Laying around, that's why when you sit around, you become more tired and you have less energy. Move your body.